Hello everyone, it's Fiona here from Avielochan Cottages on the Go Rural Facebook page for Lambathon Live 2021. Now we're going to start properly at 1 o'clock, but I'm just on just now checking that we've got a sound okay and I'm the right way up. So if you're on, if you could just let me know who you are, where you're from, and I'll try and say hello as we go through the next half hour. At the moment I'm sitting in our little shed at the side of the house. This was a lockdown project that Ronald built for us when we weren't allowed to have anyone in the house. In fact, still not allowed to have anyone in the house. So we've been using this to just share a bit of space with people and say hello to folk if they appear at the house instead of having to stand out in the rain. We quite enjoy using the space ourselves. It's got a little stove in it so we can keep warm and have an occasional glass of wine. Anyway, welcome to Go Rural. As I said, we're just checking that we're all right for sound, so we'll take a few minutes to do that. And if you're on, please let me know who you are and where you're from, and I'm going to try and say hello and answer any questions as I go round.
You've got Bruce from Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, Bruce from Alabama. Hello Bruce, how are you? And I can see there's Joanne is here as well. That's great. I can't actually see the comments at the moment. I'm not clever enough to do that, but my assistant, who I will introduce shortly, will keep me right there. It's a wee bit of a drizzly day, which is a shame because it was beautiful blue skies yesterday, but hey ho, it's Scotland and we're dressed for the weather. Thankfully spring is here. I'm glad to see my daffodils are at last out. Oh, hello from Norway, Oslo. Wonderful. Okay, I wonder if it's 1 o'clock yet. Maybe not quite. Just give it a few more minutes, maybe a couple of minutes. Western Australia, Jenny. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Ian. Oh, hello, Liz Phillips. I know you're going to be on tomorrow. Brilliant. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so excited about this. Hi, Sandra. Oh, can't wait to see you.
A minute to go.
Oh, just another minute to go and then we'll get started properly. It's been quite a busy morning already. So hope everybody's having a good day. Lockdown easing soon. Can't wait for it to lift completely. And we'll soon be welcoming visitors back to our cottages here at Avielochan. I think we're due to open about the end of the month. Anyway, I believe it is now 1 o'clock, so we'll start properly. Welcome to Avielochan and to our tour today. I'm Fiona Grant, and with my husband Ronald Grant, we farm here at Avielochan and operate our holiday cottages, our self-catering holiday cottages. We're a traditional farm, livestock. We've got a herd of cattle, beef cattle, and a small flock of sheep. And we're located in the Highlands of Scotland, in the Cairngorms National Park, about 30 miles from Inverness and maybe about a 5-10 minute drive from Aviemore. So we're pretty centrally situated to reach other parts of Scotland as well. Ronald's not joining me today, so apologies from him. He's a wee bit camera shy, but also we've got cows calving just now, so he's off to check on the cows, but he'll maybe look in later on. I'm not on my own today though. I've got Emma with me, who's helping me with technical stuff, and Joanne is in the background too. I'll just flip the camera around so that you can see them. They're keeping their social distance at the moment. Hi Emma, and
hello.
You're going to have to tell me the name of your company again.
Well, Joe and I have set up the Highland Edge that help with web development and social media management.
So just in case you didn't hear that, Emma and Joe have got Highland Edge, which is marketing and social media and specialising in web design, and they've been helping me over the past year with my website and some of my social media. And Joe's waving in the distance. Hi, Joe. Anyway, I'll just turn back round for a minute. Okay, hi. Now, standing up now. We're actually starting the tour from our house because what I had planned to do was show you our lovely view. So I'll turn round again. There we are, that's it. So we'll just start the tour. This is where we live. We've got a view of the Cairngorms, but unfortunately today it's pretty cloudy, so we can't see the Cairngorms, but they're in the distance there. Craiggowrie is the hill straight ahead, which you can't see, but it's there, and just about there are the Cairngorm Mountains, where people ski in the winter and climbing and walking and all sorts of things. And the little red cottage, I don't know if you can see it in the distance, just behind the digger, that's Avielochan Cottage, which sits on Avielochan, the shores of Avielochan, where a family live. So what we're going to do now is just head down the hill, and I'll turn the camera back again as I chat.
Got Roger from Massachusetts.
Oh, Roger from Massachusetts, hello, how are you? Thank you for looking in. Right, this little hill that's between our house and the steading, I think it's what keeps Ronald and I fit. We're up and down here many times every day. So what we're going to do is actually just walk down and have a look to see where some of the sheep and lambs that I've got inside. We actually lamb outdoors, but we bring the sheep and their new babies into the sheds just for a couple of nights to keep them, to make sure that they're okay, everything's all right, and that lambs are getting plenty of milk. So it's just a couple of minutes walk down to the sheds. It's pretty easy to do. We're really looking forward to getting the cottages opened up at the end of the month. I think my fish guests arrive on the 29th. We've been closed since, can't remember now, I think it was New Year we closed, so I haven't had any guests in all year yet, so the first lot will be arriving on the 29th. We've got 3 cottages and a caravan. One of the cottages is up here beside the farm buildings, and the other 2 cottages and the caravan are down at the loch, and they're only about 5 minutes walk from here. Okay, I'm just going to flip the camera back around again because we're heading towards the shed. That's it. So just passing our yard, this is where we handle the cattle when we've got to do things with them. And I've got some pens set up in the brown shed, called the brown shed because it's the brown shed. So here we are, and we'll just see what we've got in the different pens. Okay, in this pen here we've got a mummy sheep and her baby, and they were just born this morning. I'll just put the camera down a wee bit if I can. And this is a little Cheviot lamb. It's a boy, and she's a first time mummy. This is the first time she's had a baby, and she's pretty proud of her baby. It's been fed and well looked after already. So what happens is they lamb out in the field, and as soon as I can get time, I bring them into the shed on a in the trailer and settle them into an individual pen, and they get to stay here for a couple of days just to make sure that everything's okay. Mum's recovered fully from her lambing, and the lamb's getting plenty of milk. Oh, sorry everybody, I've been told that my signal froze. We'll hope that's back on now.
Just if you keep going
on. Oh, right, yeah. Am I back on? If anyone can tell me if I'm back on, that would be great. Anyway, she's a Cheviot ewe. We have Cheviot ewes and we have cross Suffolk Cheviot ewes, and we run them with a Cheviot tup and a Suffolk tup. Now a tup is the male sheep, that's the daddy sheep, just in case anyone doesn't know. Oh, I see I'm back on now, so that's great. Thanks Joanne for letting me know, and thanks Frankie for letting me know. That's good. Now I was going to film actually in the other sheds that we have, which are over this way. But I realised right at the start when I was preparing for this that there's absolutely no signal in those sheds, so I moved into this one, which was working all right up until today, but it seems to the signal seems to have varied a bit. Anyway, that's our house up there, so we've just walked down from that house and then down to the lambs. We had a bit of a busy day yesterday. We ended up having to take a sheep to the vet at Grantown, to Strathspey Vets. We were
Don't worry.
picture not on.
If you suggest to everybody that they go out and back into your video.
Oh,
Not you.
all right. If you're not managing to see me, if you could go out of your video and come back on, apparently that's the best way to reconnect to the live tour. Sorry about the technical hitches. Okay, Roger, thank you for that, for letting me know that it's okay. Anyway, I was saying that we had a trip to the vet yesterday. We had a sheep that was lambing. We couldn't manage to help her lamb. It was a big lamb that was coming, so we popped her into the trailer, took her down to the Strathspey Vets in Grantown, and I'm just turning this back round again since I'm speaking, and we thought the vet would be able to lamb her, because usually these girls are pretty good at handling the sheep and dealing with any incidents, but as it turned out, the sheep needed to get a caesarean section. So it was a big decision to make, because we wasn't sure what the outcome would be, but we're really lucky that the sheep made it, and so did the lamb, so we're delighted with that. And we're going to keep her in a special pen, look after her pretty well, and make sure that she'll be all right. Now, I'm a bit wary about going back into the shed in case I lose the signal again, so what I'm going to do is hand the camera over to Emma just for a few minutes, and I'm going to go in and get the pet lambs, and we'll give them a feed because they're hungry. If you could just come behind me. Right, I've just clipped my microphone back on, and I'm hoping that you can hear me. We've got 3 pet lambs. We aim to not have any, but in fact these are triplets, and we don't leave 3 lambs with sheep, because usually sheep can only look after 2 lambs at a time. So we take one away, and if we've got a sheep maybe that's only got a single lamb, or another one that's maybe lost her lamb, it's died at birth, we'll try and let the sheep adopt another lamb. So we've got 3 little lambs here. This is Tiny and Brave and Fluffy, who's waiting in the pen to get her food. So who doesn't love a pet lamb? I feel like I've been doing this since I was a child. I don't think I've changed at all. They're pretty good at their food. I'm feeding them at the moment, well, I'm actually feeding them 5 times a day, but I'll be cutting that back, and shortly we'll be putting them onto a bucket to feed from. So that's those 2 done, and I'm just going to do the other one, so I'll hand my microphone back to Emma for a moment. As you can see, we've got a special little bottle for the lambs to feed from. It's a powdered milk we use. Just get my microphone back on, and we mix it with warm water and feed the lambs. Oops. There we go. And some lambs are better at sucking than others. Don't walk away from me. Come on. As you can see, it's quite time consuming, but it's great fun. There we are. Now I've got 60 sheep in total to lamb, and we're halfway there at last. So that's great. We started lambing, I think it was the 8th of April, so we've done quite well so far. Now some of the farms that you've seen on the other tours have been pretty big compared to ours. We're a very small operation, but it's only Ronald and I that are working on the farm, so it's enough to keep us going. I mentioned about the cows. We've got cows calving. It's mainly Aberdeen, well in fact it's Aberdeen Angus cattle that we've got.
A message from Amy. Eva and I enjoyed watching you, Auntie Fiona, cheering Eva up as she's off school unwell today.
Oh, hi Eva. Hello Amy. Right, that's that little lamb fed, so I better pass the microphone back just for a second. Put the lamb back in. Am I still on?
Yeah.
Have my microphone back.
We've got viewers in Bangladesh and Lancashire.
Hello Bangladesh and Lancashire. I've not been to either of these places, but someday I would like to go. Anyway, I was saying about the lambs, the feeding. Once they're big enough, and I don't think they're going to get a mummy, they'll be going on to a bucket feed, so the milk will go in the bucket and they'll help themselves to the food, and we just attach that to a stand that I've got over there. Not sure if you can see that. Other essential equipment for shepherds includes a nice soft rope, lubrication in case we have to assist with any lambing, and an iodine spray. Every lamb we spray their navel just to make sure that it dries it up and stops any infection going in, because we don't want any lambs getting sick. And the other two important things that we use are these, which is sprays. We mark all the ewes and lambs. We number them. I use red for the twin ones and green for the single ones. So mummy number 1 gets a 1 on her, and her 2 lambs will get a 1 on them as well, so that we can identify them out in the field and make sure that they're okay. And I'm wondering how we're doing for time.
Yeah, we're about halfway.
Okay, what we'll do is we'll just take a little walk up to the other shed. I can't go into the shed. I'm just going to flick the camera around. Hi, I'm back on holding the camera myself. I can't go into the shed because the signal will go off, but what we'll do is we'll have a look, and we might be able to see the pen where I've got all the sheep and lambs who are in there before they actually go out to the field, so they're all mixed up together. So we'll just take a wee walk up this way.
Sonia in Edinburgh and David in Gorebridge.
Hello Sonia from Edinburgh and David from Gorebridge. Thank you for looking in.
And Hildren in Oslo.
Oslo, who's in Oslo?
Hildren.
Hildren in Oslo. Hello Hildren. Okay, we're just having a wee walk up to the shed, and with a bit of luck we'll be able to have a look in. I'll just flip my camera around again. Oh, hello. There's number 21 and 21 lamb, and there should be another 21 in there somewhere.
Fiona, you've got a question.
Oh, I've got a question.
Would you ever milk a ewe of her spare milk to feed lambs as opposed to man-made milk?
Yes, you could. In fact, it would be a good idea, especially for the colostrum, which is the first milk, that if the sheep had extra milk, you would take it off and you'd be able to feed another lamb that maybe wasn't getting colostrum. That colostrum, the first milk that comes from the sheep and the cattle as well, is absolutely essential for the lambs. because it gives them some immunity from germs and things, and just gives them a healthier start in life. If we don't have the real colostrum from the sheep, what we do is we use a powdered formula that we can buy from the from any of the local vet or from the farm shops as well. Right, there's 24 with her 2 lambs, both in looking for a drink, and number 19 over the back there having a bit of a sleep, and that's a wee single lamb in there. Okay, they're all sitting quite quietly.
Got Marie in Sweden and Jenny in Australia.
Hello Marie in Sweden and Jenny in Australia. Thank you for looking in. Hope you're enjoying the tour. Now we're just going to take a few minutes, and what I thought I would do is have a walk round the shed, round the back of the shed, and show you where Hillview Cottage is. So I'll just turn round again. That's me, back on. I think I mentioned at the start we've got the self-catering cottages, and one of them is actually here up on the farm beside the farm buildings. And as we go along, that's the A95, that's the road that takes you into Aviemore. And that's Hillview Cottage. Now why can't I see that? Oh, because I'm looking there, sorry, need to turn it around, of course you can't see it. That's Hillview Cottage up there. So we'll just follow the path around. Hillview sleeps up to 6 people. It's got 3 bedrooms, a double and 2 twin rooms. And we've just had a new fence put on this week, in fact. Over the winter there was a fair bit of damage from rabbits on a hedge that we had, so I had to get a new fence put in. So it's got a fence right round it, so it's quite good if you come with a dog. So it's an enclosed space, and we're happy to have pets to stay. We take up to 2 dogs in the cottages. Lots of storage for bikes and other ski equipment. Okay, and then just along here, that's Hillview. Alright. Now what I thought I would do is just take a few minutes, and we're going to go across the road. Turn that back round again. Right, I'm just going to take a few minutes and we'll go across the road to where our other cottages are, and also into the field where the sheep that have still to lamb are, so we can have a look at them too. Okay, so if you could just bear with me, it shouldn't take long. Right, at the farm, and we're going to head down to Lochside. Okay, and I've turned the camera around again so you can see the view. It's a shame it's a bit wet today. Just drive through our yard and down the road. It'll only take a couple of minutes. About a 5-10 minute walk. So if we've got families who want to put more than one cottage, they can do so. Only 5 minutes apart, Hillview and the other ones. But what you need to bear in mind is there's quite a busy road to cross here. And I think we've got a lorry coming, so we better just wait. I can't remember if I said, but we're tenant farmers, which means that we rent our farm, and we're tenants of Strathspey and Seafield estates. And the loch, we farm on both sides of the A95, both sides of the A9, and round Avielochan, which is a small loch. The loch is actually leased from the estate by a chap called Jim Cornfoot, who's got the Osprey fishing school. So if anyone's interested in fishing, Jim's the man to speak to. So we're just driving down the track just now, past some of the other buildings, and there's the loch coming into view. Now our loch great little loch for lots of different wildlife. We also get the osprey coming in sometimes. We've got golden eye, mallard, coots, and here's Lochside Cottage and the Hyde. And what I'm going to do is I'll pop out of the vehicle just now and have a wee walk round, get round to the gate where the sheep are. Okay, so Lochside Cottage. Our cottages are not secluded, as you can see. They're quite close to one another, but they are each set in their own grounds. And I'll just pan round so you can see the view. There we are. That's the Cairngorms in the cloud that you can't see. Okay, we'll head through this little gate here, past the Hyde. And we call the caravan the Hyde because it's got such a fantastic location for looking onto where the loch is. I'll just pan round again if I can. There we are. And this is Croft Cottage. Lochside Cottage sleeps 4. It's got a double and a twin room. Croft Cottage has 2 bedrooms upstairs, a double and a twin, and downstairs there's a single room. Now this is the field where our sheep are that have still to lamb. So we'll have a quick drive down and see if there's any action. Right, that's me back on again for a minute. And I'm just going to jump into the vehicle. Okay, now that trailer there, that's what I used to take the sheep and with our new lambs back up to the farm to the shed. So I spend a lot of time putting that trailer back on and off to the pickup. And my reversing skills at lambing time improved greatly. Now this field that we're in just now has in fact got a chambered cairn in it, which goes back to Pictish times, and I think it's very similar, but it's not so well preserved. It's similar to the clava cairns that are up near Culloden in Inverness, and which featured in the Outlander books and series, television series. So here we are approaching the sheep. They're perfectly used to me driving round with the pickup, and in fact probably think they're getting an early dinner. Okay, everybody seems to be quite content. I've still got 29 in this field, and that includes the tup, which is over there. They're a mixture of Cheviots, and we've got some that are crossed with a Suffolk as well. And if you're wondering what the colour on their bottoms are, that's the mark that the tup would have left when he was with them back in November. So I think we're all quiet at the moment. Maybe better just check round again if we could. And there's the view of Croft Cottage and the loch again. Thanks everyone for joining me today. It's been fantastic, and I must say thank you to Go Rural for all the support I've had in the past year. Go Rural Agri-Tourism Group is absolutely fabulous. I joined just at the start of lockdown last year, and there's been so positive and inspiring, and there's lots of farms I've joined now all over Scotland. Some people are like me, they do accommodation, others do farm tours, there's some with cafes, pumpkin picking, alpaca tours, horse riding, all sorts. So it's a great selection of farms. So if you're interested in a holiday or a visit or a day out, check out the Go Rural website. In fact, it's a brand new website, which is looking fabulous. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but we don't usually do farm tours. But any guests that are staying in the cottages, I'm quite happy to take them round, and or in fact, they can have a wander around the farm themselves, as long as they take care, and to see what's going on. There'll be another tour tomorrow at Cowden Farm near Stonehaven. My assistant's just going to keep me right. Great. Yeah, Cowden Farm Holidays near Stonehaven. It's Liz and her family. They're going to. They had a tour last week, which I watched, and it was brilliant. And they're going to take a look at the ewes and lambs outside, the tups, their Icelandic horses, and a peek inside the studio and see some weird and wonderful things. So tomorrow, remember, tune in for Cowden Farm tour on the Go Rural Facebook. That'll be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And I think I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who's helped me today, and a big thanks to everybody who's looked in. If you would like to find out more, or if you put questions in my comment box, turn this round again. Yeah, thanks a lot. If you've asked any questions and I haven't been able to answer just now, I'll answer later on when I get back to the house. I think that's all. It's been so good. I've been nervous, but it's been fine, and I'll see you again. If you want to book a holiday, give us a call. We'll be happy to hear from you. Bye for now.